Hello everyone, welcome to my second video. Today we'll be going over my Skywhale high altitude wind turbine, some of the different models that I got, and the configurations and the equations on a few of the things. Some of my other videos will go over a few of the extra things. So without further ado, let's get the ball rolling. So up top, you'll notice where I have it numbered H1 going to H169, etc. That is related to the amount of turbines in a group. Depending on situational, I thought, well, maybe it would be best to have certain ones in certain areas. Like, would you want a monstrosity of a huge number to be in a city above people's heads, or would you prefer it to be more out in the boonies kind of thing? So, moving over, we got the hive configuration. So over here, you'll notice the front view of H7. In red, we have the inner turbine, and in blue, we have the outer turbine. And then in purple is the outer wind catch with a 12-degree angle. Roughly, say, if we did 2 feet, how much extra it kind of give us, I'll let you know in a bit. So moving on from that, we got the side view of a single turbine with a rim drive in the middle. We have the 8-foot at the opening, and then we have 4 feet at the throat, and then it's kind of vice versa for the Venturi effect. If you didn't do that, you'd have a bad time where the wind wouldn't want to do what you want to have it do. And the distance would be around 10 feet to 12 feet with the rim drive sitting at about, say, 5 or 6, give or take. Things in math don't always equate to things in the real world 100%. You gotta have a little bit of give and take. So over here, we have the rim drive, what it looks like. So more or less, usually some of them come in more of a square shape, but just always think circle with the blades on the outside going in, where traditional is like your basic airplane propeller along with say a house fan and other stuff. A lot of people are saying currently that rim drives are like more efficient and whatnot, so I was like, well, just trying to have a decent system here, so try to utilize some advanced technology while we got it now. So moving on, before I forget, 1-to-2 ratio for smooth wind coming in. If you go too wide or too narrow, it can create problems. Okay, so moving on to equations. We got the Venturi equation. So say we're up at 1,300 feet altitude. Average wind speed up there is about 32 kilometers per hour. So this is the Venturi equation. A1V1 equals A2V2. I'm not a mathematician. I had to use AI to build a lot of the system, so I'll try to explain it as best as I can. So first off, we got to get the areas. So the areas are the intake area and the throat area. So we go 8 times 8 equals 64. Imagine that as like a big square. And then we go 4 times 4 equals 16. So that's like a smaller square. And then we want to divide it. So 64 divided by 16 equals 4. So then that means we get our A1 the intake area value being that 64 is a solid 4 times bigger than 16. So from there, we can play around with the wind speed. So since we know there's a 4 times difference, now we can times it into 32. So 32 times 4 equals 128 kilometers per hour, which will now equal our V2 because V1 was 32. So going on from there, we take 4 and divide it by 4, equaling 1, which now equals our throat value area based off of math of above. So then we get 432 equals 128. So now moving over, we have the lip extension from over here starting to get equated now. So to begin, we have the 8-foot standard intake from above. So 64 again. The 12-degree angle, 2 feet, based off what AI said is roughly 9 feet. So that's our new area. And so we go 9 times 9 equals 81. 81 divided by 64 equals 1.26. Thus, it means it's 26% more wind captured. So now we take our new intake area of 81 and our throat intake area from above and over here, and we divide. So then we get 5.0625. More or less, it means 5 times velocity increase compared to over here. So 32 times 5.06 equals 161.9 kilometers per hour, new throat speed. So that's pretty good overall. And now, just moving over to the power output to kind of explain it a bit more. So with power output, we have to use cube law V3. So average wind speed, we go 32 times 32 times 32 equals 32,768. So 32,768. The supercharge we get next because we take our number from down here and we go 161.9 times 161.9 times 161.9 equals, oh, I sure hope I say this right, 4,243,651. So we take that and then we divide it by the one above, equaling 129.50 There was a few other ones, but more or less it means it's 129 times more potential. So more or less this is explaining the first part of the Sky Whale system. And yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of something. So more or less with this equation stuff, we were thinking in the terms of like, say, a simple square or a circle kind of opening. But if I'm using hives, a hexagon pattern, it's more or less how much more power can I get from my system if, I'm using a hexagon shape. So if AI told me properly, roughly imagine the two parallel sides of the hexagon, I guess, are 8 feet. And then it was like the longest point is 9.25. So yeah, with some of those numbers, I'll leave you guys to it to figure out the math on your own there, and then we can compare in the third episode, as long as I remember. I sure hope I remember.